my favorite episode of the channel, U.S. Men's National Team Abroad. This is your weekly update from January 5th to January 10th, 2021. Yes, the setup is different because I'm traveling, but I'm still updating you guys. And unfortunately, next week we won't be able to do this type of video, the edited videos, because our producer, editor, the best one on YouTube, Dustin, will be getting LASIK eye surgery, so he'll be a little iffy for a week or two maybe. But we'll be back 2 weeks from now for sure of the series. Don't worry, we have videos scheduled. Everyone wish Dustin a speedy recovery. Also, if you guys want me to update you guys next Monday, I could do a live stream. So comment down below if you guys want me to do a live stream, U.S. Men's National Team Abroad live stream, where I can update you guys on the major headlines and have a Q&A. I'll do it next Monday, 8, 9 p.m. Eastern time, whatever time you guys want to. All right, so let's get to the episode this week. It'll be a great one of the best ones for the U.S. Men's National Team soccer players. That's just me overhyping. It was a great week. Let's get to it. We have a lot to talk about. And don't forget that this month, U.S. Men's National Team will have 1 or 2 games and we'll do watch-alongs during it. So let's get started the episodes with the transfer rumors. All right, so Chris Gloucester, PSV gave him the okay to leave. It is speculated that he'll go to the MLS, but nothing has been said so far, so we'll keep you guys updated. Henry Wingo, it's been rumored that he'll be heading to Ferencváros, the Hungarian champions that played the Champions League this season, but also nothing confirmed. They're interested in signing him. Maybe the American will end up there very soon, maybe even in this window. All right, and a big update right here. Julian Araujo from LA Galaxy might be heading to the Premier League, and it might be for the Tottenham Spurs. Yes, apparently they made a £5 million offer. LA Galaxy denied it, but there's a lot of media outlets at England that are saying it's happening. What I say is where there's smoke, there's fire. So there's something going on there. We'll update you guys on a weekly basis if Julian Araujo is leaving or not. It'll be really good to see another right-back American abroad. And the Brian Reynolds saga continues. This Tuesday, he will meet with Benevento, where he's expected to join them for the rest of the season and join Juve during the summer for the next European season. The transfer fee would be around $8 million. So this is just dragging on forever. We'll keep you guys posted. I think it's very likely that Brian Reynolds will end up as a Juventus player very soon. All right, let's go to the players now, and I'm going to update you first on Christian Pulisic. Chelsea faced Morecambe on Sunday for the FA Cup. It was an easy win, 4-0, and Pulisic started off the bench and came in the 68th minute when the game was already 3-0. He did not do much, he had an average performance. As Christian Pulisic has been struggling to get stats this season, his performances have been fine. He's been playing well. I know some people relate stats to performing well, but that's not true. He's been playing very well. So Weston Mckennie continues to impress, and Juve had a huge game last week versus AC Milan where Weston Mckennie started the bench. AC Milan had a 10-point advantage over Juventus prior to the game at Serie A, so it was very important to win, and Juve won 3-1. Weston Mckennie came off the bench and scored the 3rd goal for Juventus. So Weston Mckennie started the bench this game and came in the 64th minute for Dybala when the game was 2-1 Juve. At the 76th minute, Weston Mckennie scored the 3rd goal for Juventus, which pretty much closed the deal for the game. It's also important to point out how big of a role on the defensive end he had in this game. So now Weston Mckennie has a goal in Camp Nou and San Siro in his first season on Juventus. Very impressive for the young American. But that is not everything he's done this week. And actually, over the weekend, it wasn't too good for him. So over the weekend, on Sunday, Juventus defeated Sassuolo 3-1, and Weston Mckennie started, playing more towards the left side of the field and centered at the same time. He was playing very well. However, he was subbed off at the 19th minute by Andrea Pirlo, and Andrea Pirlo came out of the game to make sure that we know that it's not a serious injury. Quote Andrea Pirlo now. Mckennie had a slight muscular problem yesterday on Saturday, and he felt it again after the back heel flipped, so we stopped. So the sub was a precaution. He has a slight injury, but he's fine. He's expected to play at their next game. Alright, so now let me update you guys on 2 players at the same time, Tyler Adams and Gio Reyna, because they played each other this weekend on Saturday for Dortmund versus Leipzig. Gio Reyna and Adams faced each other on Saturday, and they both started. The interesting part of this game was Reyna was playing at the left side of the midfield while Adams was playing at the right, so they were directly facing each other for most of the game. Reyna and Adams didn't do much besides Adams at the defensive end of the game. It was an average performance from both as they played a full 90 minutes and Dortmund defeated Leipzig. Gio Reyna was also voted one of the 11 players for the UCL breakthrough team this season. So congratulations for Giovanni Reyna and Tyler Adams for starting this weekend. Now let's go to our best fullback, Serginho Dest. Barcelona played Atletico Bilbao this Wednesday, and Serginho Dest started. Barcelona won 3-2, however, Dest was subbed off at the 75th minute when the game was already 3-2. He was replaced by Mingueza, again, probably for more defensive purposes. This is the third game in a row that he got subbed off, not a good sign, but it makes sense as he continues to struggle at the defensive end. Now on Saturday, January 9th, Dest started again for Barcelona at their 4-0 win over Granada. He was subbed off at the 81st minute, however this time the game was already 4-0 and even Messi was subbed off, so it was more for a resting purpose. So as Serginho Dest keeps getting subbed off, he's also always a starter, so it's okay. Most of the times that he's subbed off, it's either to rest him or for defensive purposes. Alright, so now let's start by positions. I'm going to start updating you guys on goalkeepers, and Zach Steffen had a big week. Zach Steffen started for Manchester City this Wednesday, January 6th, at a big game versus Manchester United for the semi-finals of the EFL Cup. Steffen held a clean sheet and Manchester City won 2-0, advancing to the final. He also played a key role when he made a brilliant save when Bruno Fernandes kicked the ball when the game was 0-0. Zach Steffen played a key role to make it to the final. Now Sunday, he started again. So on Sunday, he held another clean sheet. This time Manchester City defeated Birmingham City 3-0 for the FA Cup. It's also important to point out that Pep Guardiola said that Zach Steffen can fight for the #1 spot with Ederson. Now Ethan Horvath continues not to play for Club Brugge. He stayed at the bench this week and didn't play at all. Alright, so John Brooks. He played a full 90 minutes this Saturday at Wolfsburg 2-2 draw versus Union Berlin. Now, Matt Miazga started on Sunday for Anderlecht and played a full 90 minutes at their 1-0 loss to Leuven. Kik Pierre started on Saturday for Twente and he played a full 90 minutes at their 4-1 win over Emmen for the Dutch League. Now, it's very important to point out that next week, Mark McKenzie will likely be part of this. He already arrived at Genk for a $5 million transfer fee, so he's the new American abroad. We updated you guys last week. Just wanted to point out that Mark McKenzie will likely be next week. All right, now the fullbacks, and I'm going to start with Anthony Robinson from Fulham. The American left back on Saturday the 9th started at the bench and was being rested for Fulham's game versus QPR for the FA Cup. He came in the 90th minute when the game was 0-0 to play extra time. Fulham ended up winning 2-0, and Robinson had an okay game during the minutes he was in the field. Alright, now Reggie Cannon, our right back. On Saturday the 9th, Boavista tied Santa Clara 1-1 and Reggie Cannon played again the full 90 minutes. He got a yellow card but had another solid performance. Quick update on Reggie Cannon. Boavista set up a price target for him. They would sell him for 10 million euros. And there's apparently a couple Premier League teams interested in him along with Benfica. Now, Mathew Olosunde. Yes, I haven't covered him in the channel, but he scored this weekend, so we have to talk about it. The 22-year-old right back started for Rotterdam this Sunday versus Everton for the FA Cup. He had a great game, scored a goal to tie the game 1-1. He was subbed off at the 90th minute and did not play in extra time. At extra time, Everton ended up winning 2-1 and going through. Alright, now Shaquille Moore. Tenerife faced Castellón for the Copa del Rey on Thursday, the 7th, and they won 2-0. Shaquille Moore was rested that game and did not play at all. Now on Sunday, Moore started and played 77 minutes at Tenerife's win over Cartagena. Now Yedlin, our right back. Yedlin that plays for Newcastle United at the Premier League. Newcastle played Arsenal on Saturday, and Yedlin started at the bench, coming into the game at the 81st minute when the game was 0-0. The game ended up going at extra time for the FA Cup, where Arsenal won 2-0 and knocked out Newcastle out of the competition. Yedlin had another below average game, but we're all used to that by now. We don't know yet if he's going to stay or not in Newcastle, but that's the update. Now let's move on to the midfield of the US Men's National Team Abroad series. Alright, now we're at the midfield, so let me start with Yunus Musah from Valencia. On Thursday, January 7th, Valencia played the Aclano for Copa del Rey and won 4-1. Musah was at the bench for the entire game and did not get any minutes. Now on Sunday, Yunus Musah was at the bench again for Valencia at their 1-0 win over Valladolid for La Liga. He came into the game at the 91st minute when the game was 1-0. Not much time to do anything. However, he did show his pace with an impressive run through the right side, which almost resulted in Valencia's second goal. We've seen that before with Gareth Bale. Impressive play for Yunus Musah. So Yunus Musah continues to be inconsistent for Valencia, which is okay. He's 18. I still think he's a huge player. He'll be fantastic. Let's go to the next player, Chris Durkin. Durkin played a full 90 minutes for Sint-Truidens at their 2-1 loss to Club Brugge this Sunday. They played a 3-defender formation. He was mostly at the right mid position, right mid defensive midfielder. He had a huge presence at the defense with 5 interceptions and 3 tackles won. He currently has 14 games at the Belgium League this season. And Johnny Cardoso, a quick update on him too. He plays for Internacional in Brazil, and he's back at the bench with the team. They had 2 games last week, and he was at the bench for both. Didn't get any minutes, but it's good to see him back and healthy. Now, Brendan Eriksson, he's currently practicing with RB Salzburg already. Hopefully, Jesse Marsch will play him. We don't have any updates because they don't play till the 16th of January. So keep you guys posted on Brendan Eriksson very soon. Don't forget to check our video on Brendan Eriksson. Julian Green. So Green started last Friday, the 8th, where Fürth lost 3-2 for the Bundesliga 2 match. Green continues to play well. He got an assist for their second goal in this game, but sadly they lost, and they continue to try to get to the Bundesliga as they currently sit at 4th place at Bundesliga 2. Alright, with that said, let's move to the forward positions. We're getting to the very end of the video. Alright, let's just start with Tim Weah right away. Tim Weah. On Wednesday, January 6th, he started at the bench for Lille at their 2-1 loss to Angers for League 1. He came into the game at the 61st minute when the game was already 2-1 and didn't do much. That's how it ended. Now on Saturday, Tim Weah started at the right wing for Lille at their 1-0 win over Nimes. He was subbed off on the 76th minute when the game was already 1-0. He actually had a pretty good performance. It seemed like he was injured, but he already came out on Instagram and said nothing happened. He should be available at the next game. Now, the big name of this week, Mathew Hoppe. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our Ronaldo phenomenon. We found our R9. We found our center forward. This guy's big time in... Okay, let me calm down. This is just me overhyping him. He was brilliant this weekend, but he still needs to be very consistent before we jump into conclusions here. And I also wish his name had 1 P, not 2, so I didn't call him Mathew Hoppe, just called him Mathew Hoppe. But that's his name. Schalke got their first win in the Bundesliga this weekend after 15 games, all thanks to Mathew Hoppe. Schalke defeated 4-0 Hoffenheim, and Mathew Hoppe had a hat-trick. And none of his goals were tap-ins. So yes, all his goals were very impressive positioning-wise, finishing, but let's calm down. He needs to remain consistent. He has been as the starter right now, but let's see how it goes. Congratulations to Mathew Hoppe. He also made the team of the week for the Bundesliga this week. Alright, real quick update on Folarin Balogun. He continues to not play for Arsenal, but Fabrizio Romano, one of the most reliable sources for transfers, said Balogun is willing to stay in Arsenal as long as he gets more playing time. If not, his agent said there's 15 clubs that contacted him interested in signing Balogun for free this summer as his contract expires with Arsenal. Even though he said that, Balogun still got no minutes this week. Alright, Sebastian Soto. Soto started for Telstar last Friday, January 8th at their 2-0 loss to Graafschap. He played more of a midfield role rather than a center forward role, which is a little different from what we're used to, and he pretty much played the full 90 minutes as he was subbed off at the 91st. There's also rumors that Norwich will be calling Sebastian Soto back very soon to play the Championship and hopefully the Premier League next season. He currently has 7 goals in 12 games for Telstar this season. Alright, Nicolas Giocchini. He started last Tuesday for Caen at their 1-1 draw with Auxerre. He was subbed off at the 74th minute when they were down 1-0 and Caen ended up tying without him. Now, Josh Sargent. Sargent started for Werder Bremen this Sunday at their 1-1 draw with Bayer Leverkusen. That was a very good result for Werder Bremen. Sargent was subbed off at the 81st minute when Leverkusen had just tied the game. He had an overall okay game this time. So now guys, I'm just going to quickly update you guys on the players that didn't play this week just so you know we covered them. So very soon we're going to start covering coaches abroad and I'm about to tell you the names of them. One of them is Jesse Marsch. The other coach we're going to update every week is Pellegrino Materazzo from Stuttgart. He's been doing a fantastic job with Stuttgart. Now here's the list of some US men's national team players abroad that we will update you guys on a weekly basis, but they didn't play this week or they didn't have any impact, so there's no point of mentioning them during the video. So one of them is Chris Richards. The other is Joe Scally, Eric Palmer-Brown, Owen Otasowie, Conrad de la Fuente. He never plays, ever. Ulysses LLanez, Tyler Boyd, which if you guys want to, we can update you on Tyler Boyd's situation, Haji Wright, and Emmanuel Sabi. Guys, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Let us know if you guys want us to do a live stream next week to update since we won't be able to edit these videos. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and join our channel because we will be doing watch-alongs for the US men's national team. Thank you very much for watching. Don't worry, we have videos that are scheduled, so even though we can't edit, they will be uploaded. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Have a great day.